Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Chris and Tris show. So, last week, Tris and I reviewed some Wii concept art for the Wii logo, and this week, we're going to be doing something a bit different, but equally random and fun. And that is that Tris and I are both huge fans of the Mario baseball series. So today, we're going to dive into what we'd like to see from the ultimate Mario baseball character roster. So, Tris, would you care to explain how this is all going to work?
Yeah, so we'll be doing this in a few phases. To start off, we're going to go back and forth naming new characters that we want to see added to form a brand new baseball team each, filled with all characters new to the series. After we have 2 full teams added, we'll talk about notable stragglers, because I'm sure we'll have plenty. And then all of these characters are going to get added on top of the roster to Mario Super Sluggers. So that's going to be like nearly 100 characters at that point.
It's going to be a lot of characters.
It's going to be a lot of fun, though, because from there, we're going to go through and we're going to each build a team using the entire available roster at that point. So it should be pretty fun.
Right, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to build just like the biggest pool of characters to pull from, and then we're going to just like, we're going to draft our own teams, and we'll probably ask you watching this at the end too, which of our teams you think would win. So should be a lot of fun. Tris, you and I both, we both just have lists of all these characters we would want to see added to Mario Baseball. We don't know, I don't know what you have, you don't know what I have, there might be some overlap, we'll see, probably. But would you like to get started? Probably. Do you want to get started with your first character, and then we'll just kind of go back and forth from there?
Sure, that works. So for me, first off, because I was baffled this character was not in Super Sluggers, I want Rosalina in the game, rather obviously. I mean, I have the Luma, I have Mario Galaxy, it's obvious. But I want her added as a captain. Sluggers didn't actually add any new captains, and I think if we got a new one, it's time to add a few more new ones. Not that Super Sluggers really dealt with the stat types too much, that was more Superstar Baseball, but I do also have prepped for each character I have what type they would be. And I think Rosalina would fit under a technical type.
How come?
She's been very different between the various games she's been in. Sometimes heavier in power, sometimes tricky. And I think that leans more towards the technical kind of approach for a character.
True. Cool. Well, I hate to say it, but I had Rosalina as well, also as one of my team captains. So we'll figure that out down the line. Interesting, though, I had Rosalina as power just to see kind of how that would be. Though I do think technical fits better, but I could just imagine like if Rosalina hits a home run, then you see like the what's it called? The star like portal thing appear, and the ball just like shoots out of that like into the sky. That'd be so cool. So my next character, I'll go into, exactly. So for my next character, I'll go into my other team captain idea, which is a character who has made one appearance in the Mario Sports series and hopefully many more down the line, and that is Pauline, a fan favorite, a somewhat recent fan favorite, unless you count Donkey Kong way back in the day, but the new Pauline from New Donk City, mayor of New Donk City, I think she'd be a lot of fun to have in the game, and it makes sense to have her there. And I put Pauline down as technical or technique as well, technical, because I think Pauline is the type of character who would go in and be like pretty good at everything, but she can really think through kind of how she can deliberately figure out the best kind of way of action. Yeah. And I don't know, I just thought that fit. I mean, just thinking about like power or strength or speed, none of those really fit with her, and I don't want her to just be balanced. I don't want her to be overall, so technique for Pauline.
Yeah, I think that works. Pauline is definitely a character that shouldn't be missing out on these things anymore.
That's right. Mario Tennis Aces, she's in that, so
for some reason it's a speed type, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Then I'll go into my next one. So since I brought up Rosalina earlier, I guess I'll go down this initial team comp that I have here, which would be the co-captain for this, I guess, Mario Galaxy themed selection of characters, which would be Lubba from Mario Galaxy 2. I have him as I have him as balanced because I kind of feel like even though he's large, I don't really feel like he'd be a hard hitter. He's kind of slow, but I feel he would kind of end up balancing out. He's more or less the guide character for that game, and I don't really think we need too many more power characters, because as I look through any fan's list of characters to add to a Mario Baseball game, they almost all lean more towards power, so we could do with one less.
That's true.
But Lubba tends to be left out of a lot of Mario Galaxy representation, so I thought combining Rosalina and Lubba together was a neat idea.
That's a good idea too. That's sort of a twist as well, because you would assume Rosalina and Luma, which we might have Luma on our list as well. At least I might. But I had Lubba too as power. I do think you make a good point, though. I wouldn't necessarily see him as being a powerful type. I more so thought about it because I would imagine him being pretty slow, running around the diamond, and so that's sort of, you know, the correlation of that, or what mirrors that would be a lot of power. So that's interesting. Okay, next for me, jumping into more of a random pick, Glydon from Super Mario Odyssey, our underrated flying dinosaur friend thing from the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think.
But anyways, he's in multiple, but I think he's from that one.
Yeah. I think Glydon would be like a really cool random character to have, and I think he's got like pretty big wings. And you could just like use his wing as a bat, just sort of like PD Piranha uses kind of just their hands, their arms. And I put Glydon down as a speed type because although we don't really see Glydon run very much, like he would be running around the bases, he does fly very fast. So
yeah, that's true.
Glydon.
That works. That works pretty well, actually. So the next up for me, sticking with the Galaxy theme for now, I have the Luma, which I think the Lumas would be technical. And I say Lumas because you can't just add the one default color Luma for something like this, where you have all the different colored Toads and Yoshis and whatnot. So I have the yellow Luma, the blue Luma, the red, green, the apricot, which is the one that's with Mario, and Polari, which is the one that kind of accompanies Rosalina and Galaxy. And that would be the set of Luma colors. There'd be the slight stat differences between them, but they would all be technical.
Nice. Cool. All right, well, my next pick, jumping around a lot. You're sticking with Galaxy. I'm just like jumping all over the place. My next pick, so the first Mario baseball game, Mario Superstar Baseball, it was kind of right in the middle of the GameCube era for Nintendo, and it took a lot of inspiration from that time in its character roster with like Piantas and Noki from Sunshine and PD Piranha. Well, I want another GameCube game represented, and that being Luigi's Mansion. I would love to see Professor Egad in the next Mario baseball game. I think that would be fun. Now, some might argue that Egad's pretty old and crippled and might not be too accurate when it comes to pitching or catching, but I think Egad would come up with some contraptions that he can use to his advantage to technically pitch the perfect pitch, or you know, like design some kind of mechanical bat that's like the Poltergust, used in baseball. So I put Professor Egad down as technical.
I think that would work great. Plus, I mean, I don't think the age is much of a problem when we have Toadsworth, and he was one of the best pitchers in the entire game.
Yeah, good point. Oh, and one last thing about Egad. I want Egad to run around the bases like he runs in Luigi's Mansion 3. Just like, wow.
Where he runs like his head's too heavy?
Yes, exactly. It'd be perfect. It's got to happen.
That would be perfect. Oh, man. All right. So the way I broke up mine a bit is if each Luma color counted as an individual type, then technically this is the last of my Galaxy picks, but we'll obviously go into more. And that would be Captain Toad. Because technically the Toad Brigade originally premiered in Mario Galaxy. That was their start. Sure, he's not properly known as Captain Toad until a bit later, but I think it makes sense for his starting point. And he would represent more so his games. So he would be a power type, and his special bat, because obviously, as we mentioned, some characters just, for some reason, have the most insane bats. He would use the pickaxe from Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Nice.
Which would probably mean it would have a really small actual like point to hit it. To hit the ball,
like right on the point.
Like right on the point. But it should be fun.
Unless he swings it like with the pickaxe like angled upwards, so we have.
Oh,
like,
that's true. If he, then it's just like wide. Yeah.
That
would work.
That could work pretty well. Well, I had wait. So what did you say Captain Toad was for
power.
Type?
I had him as power.
Okay. Nice. I had Captain Toad as well as technique, just because I think like Captain Toad spends a lot of time solving puzzles and trying to get around environments. So, you know, it could be pretty technical. But power makes sense too because he's very slow. So yeah, my next one, let's see. I'm jumping around a bit. I'm going to stay on a similar subject, and that is with 3D World, as Captain Toad was very prominent in that game. And I'm going to go with Plessy, who I put down as power. A lot of power, but I think Plessy could just be fun because I just love the character.
Yeah.
But I don't know how fast she would go around the bases, considering, she wouldn't be in water. She might just kind of be like flopping across. So that's why I put power, because she'd probably be pretty slow. But she could probably have a pretty powerful swing because she's huge.
Yeah, so. That's true. That is absolutely true. That would actually be a pretty fun one too. And honestly, 3D World needs to be represented a little bit more in these kinds of games.
Yeah.
Outside of the cat power-ups in Mario Kart. What have we gotten? We got Green Sprixie Princess in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and I think that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought of putting in the Sprixies, which you might have put them in. I didn't put them in though, just because I don't know. I was like, I don't know what would be interesting about that, but you might have an idea if you have them on there.
I unfortunately did not add them. I didn't even think to touch. I didn't think to touch 3D World Beyond. I also had Plessy down on my list as well. Okay. But what are we at? We're at like 4 each now technically, right? Unless I count my Lumas as all individual. So, I'm not going to in this case, so that we can keep the flow going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at 8, so that would make sense because it's been kind of like every other we've had the same.
Yeah. Next one, I'm going to jump around a bit here because I'm not going to count my Lumas each as individual characters right now for the sake of being able to go back and forth still. Besides, we're almost about halfway through the characters, kind of. Can't really have half of 9, but next up I have Piranha Plant. we already have PD Piranha, yes. But as we have Piranha Plant and Smash, we have the Fire Piranha Plant and Mario Tennis Aces, separate from PD Piranha. I would love to see one of these Piranha Plants come up to bat instead of using any sort of special bat or its leaf arm like PD does. It would just use its head like a side smash.
Oh, nice!
And then just run around the bases.
That's pretty cool.
And
would it be potless or would it be in its plant pot?
I think it would be in the pot.
Bases?
Yeah, it would be in the pot.
Like hopping around.
Hopping around, or lifting it up and running with the little feet like you have in Smash.
Oh, gotta go! Carries it.
I couldn't figure out what type to make them though. I went with balanced, but because I didn't want them to be the same as PD Piranha, because I don't think they would be. But I don't really know what else they would be, so I just went with balanced.
That makes sense. I tried to steer away from balance when I was picking these, but I'm realizing now balance kind of just makes the most sense for some of them. If they don't if it just doesn't really work to do any of the others without stretching, without making it a stretch. So yeah, balance makes sense. That's a good idea. One thing a Piranha Plant could do is just straight up just eat the baseball instead of batting, and then just spin it back out really far. No. That's something.
That'd be hard to get a strike.
That's true. Okay, my next one, jumping around a bit because I specifically want to say this one and a few others. I would love a Chivarian from Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
From Chivaria from the Snow Kingdom. One of the big snow guys. I love those characters, and I would love to see it. Just see one. I don't remember if the main one had a name.
I don't think they did. I think
there's the Elder, but
it's the Elder.
So let's just say, what if we went with the Elder Chivarian? I just want to see them run around to each of the bases, just in a ball, just bouncing, just like you do in the race in Mario Odyssey. That's what half of my picks are, just to see them run in their interesting ways. But that could be fun. And I put down speed for that very reason, because they go very fast around the track.
Totally agree with that. I really like that idea, actually. To keep the quickfire pace going here, the next one I have, as I look through my list a bit, is Lakitu. As we learned from Mario Kart, doesn't just need to be the one hosting everything. And sure, he's basically the host of the Mario Baseball games, but now we have the Red Shell Lakitu that exists to be a playable version. So let's do it. I have him as technical. I have no idea if he would have any sort of special bat. I imagine he would still be in the cloud, but I think that would be something pretty fun.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. My next one is, so I kind of hate myself for putting this, but I don't typically like all of the baby characters in all the Mario games, but I think this is one baby that would finally be interesting, more unique than the other babies, and that is Baby Wario, because we have Baby Donkey Kong in Baby DK in Super Sluggers from Yoshi's Island DS, which I guess was around the same time probably. Like I think that's the only 2 games that Baby Donkey Kong has been, like specifically, not like Donkey Kong Jr. or Diddy Kong or anything like that, like Baby Donkey Kong.
Yep.
And so let's bring in Baby Wario just to fill out, because Bowser Jr. sort of counts as Baby Bowser. It's a weird whole thing, but Baby Wario would be interesting. And I still put Baby Wario down as power. Okay. I just want this little baby that can just smack the heck out of the baseball, even though he's a little baby.
I'm fine with the idea of Baby Wario because he already exists. It's not Mario Kart making him up for the heck of it. He already exists. He was in one of the Yoshi Island games. And he came back recently in Dr. Mario World as Dr. Baby Wario. So, why not? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would not be putting Baby Wario in here if it wasn't for Baby Donkey Kong. But because Baby Donkey Kong is there, may as well finish out the Yoshi's Island DS saga group of characters there. I love Yoshi's Island DS. I don't know why I grew up playing that. But yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, then for my 7th character on here, I need to scroll through because I have a bunch of... I'm trying to also balance it out a little bit. No balance type pun intended, but trying to make sure I'm not naming everyone of the same type here.
Oh, that's true. I should do that too. I'm just like choosing my favorites.
A team full of powers is not necessarily a strategically good idea.
Yeah.
So next up I have here... Not that I particularly want this character either, but it could work. I have Pom Pom. Boom Boom and Pom Pom together have started both appearing in spin-offs lately, though I say together, they actually haven't been appearing together. You had Pom Pom and Mario and Super Mario Party, and then Boom Boom and Mario Tennis Aces. They were not together. But I think since we had Boom Boom and Tennis, you can get Pom Pom in baseball. She's kind of the more interesting of the two as well. And since she does the whole thing with teleporting and whatnot, I figured she'd be technical. Not to add another technical one to the list, but...
True. Good point. Yeah, all right. Well, my next one, I'm going to go with Il Piantissimo from Super Mario Sunshine. Yes. Considering 3D All-Stars, you know what? The Sunshine has become a bit more popular nowadays, so logistically it makes sense. But Il Piantissimo would be super fast because you race him in the game. And yeah, so he'd be a speed character. And I would love it so much.
I would love that.
if they brought Il Piantissimo back. So there you go.
One day. I've been hoping he would be like a rival in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games or something. That would be a great way to bring him back. I've been hoping for so long, but this would also be a really great way. Just the baseball games love Sunshine for some reason. For some reason they keep putting such a heavy emphasis on Sunshine between these two games, and I imagine they would keep that going for the third one, outside of also building on top of it. So yeah, that would be great. Now, as I looked at my list, I have realized all of the speed type characters I had, you actually named. So
oh really?
I actually
did you have Il Piantissimo?
I did not have Il Piantissimo, but I had I had Plessy, I had Pauline, I had Glydon, and the Chevarian.
Yep. Nice.
So I actually had a bunch of speed ones. There's one other speed one that I have. Actually, it's the only speed character I have left on here that you haven't named, but it opens up a whole different can of worms. But given that we're on our, what are we on, our 8th now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. We're on our 8th character now. I think it's fair to open up this can of worms. The Koopalinks. I have Lemmy for speed.
Okay. All right.
We don't really have the Koopalinks playable in too many things outside of Mario Kart. And I know a bunch of people kind of complained, but honestly, the Koopalinks have become like a major staple in the Mario series, and it's weird not to see them sometimes. Especially with a game like this, it would make perfect sense to add a bunch of them. And I think Lemmy would be the only speed type of all of them, but yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think something I would love too. I would be okay if they added the Koopalings in this game. If maybe they added 1 or 2 and made them like, you know, super unique and fun and made them really stand out. That particular one, whether that's Lemmy or any of the others, that would be great. I would totally be down for that. Well, my next one, sort of opening up another can of worms on the topic of babies. Baby Wario and baby this and baby that. Don't worry, it's not another baby character, really. But there are a lot of like normal character and then like bigger version of the characters in Mario Baseball, because we have like Boo and King Boo and stuff like that. So I think taking that from an opposite perspective, my next character, which is my final speed character, maybe, is Yoshi Kid. The Kid Yoshi from Thousand Year Door, the little mohawk. See, I hesitated for so long for adding a Paper Mario character, because just you'd have to redesign the whole character in like 3D, not to look like paper, presumably, unless they just like did that, which might be interesting. But you take a character that sort of already exists in the game, Yoshi, but just make it like a baby Yoshi and give it a little mohawk, and he goes super fast. I would really like that.
I would absolutely love that. I specifically refrained from putting any of the Mario RPG characters on here.
Yes,
because
that
would have been a whole can of worms, as you mentioned. Oh, there would have been so many.
So that's my one. I don't have any others. That's the one that I did, so don't worry.
I love that idea. I love that idea, the Yoshi Kid. All right, well, that comes down to the 9th, the final, quote-unquote, because we'll mention others afterwards, but the final character of these exclusively new teams here for each of us. And looking through my list here, I'm gonna go with King Babam as a power type. Because nice. I am so happy that he was added to Mario Kart Tour as a playable character. And I don't want that to be the one and only.
Yeah. That's a good point. Oh, shoot. I have to decide. Okay, well, we'll say what the others were later. So I'm going to stay on a similar path as you, and I'm going to go with King Thwomp. Also from Mario 64, because I would love to see King Thwomp swing at the ball just with his whole body, just
I'm assuming the Womp King then would keep his look from Galaxy 2 then, for the most part, where he's actually... Is it King Thwomp or Womp?
I don't know. I said Thwomp. It might be Womp. Oh no. One of them. The big, tall, flat one.
Yeah, those are the Womps.
I think the look from... What'd you say? Galaxy 2?
Yeah.
Right? Because the throwback Galaxy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, because that one, the actual...
too, like...
Yeah, that's true. They could definitely add to it, because I think that's the one where it actually looks stylistically... Yeah, he actually stylistically looks like a king version in that one instead of just a big one. But yeah. Yeah, they gave brown, I think, and maybe like red eyes or something. I don't know, but yeah. Maybe we're totally misremembering.
It might be totally wrong. We don't even know if it's Womp or Thwomp. But well, anyways. So King Babam and King Thwomp, those are our last two. So that is it for our just creating this huge pool of characters, creating our roster. But Tris, real quick, let's just go over our last kind of few that maybe we didn't get to, if you have any.
Yeah. And obviously then we'll show in a graphic as we also talk about it which ones are making the cut for the actual roster, because as you mentioned, there might be some little stragglers here and there that as we open some can of worms, maybe it doesn't make sense to have only one of these, like the Koopalings, for example. I have each of the Koopalings down here as a different type. Well, not each a different one. Like I have Larry is balanced and Ludwig is balanced. Iggy and Wendy is technical. Roy and Morton is power. But yeah, do you have others? Like we can keep that bouncing back and forth and just go quick fire with those. But
yeah, well, I had a few others. My first is Uncle Amiibo from Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh man.
I knew that wasn't actually going to be taken seriously, but the little Roomba that scans the amiibos. That's pretty much it. I had a few others, but I had like Helen Gravely from Luigi's Mansion 3. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't think she made like, I don't know if she made a big enough kind of mark. Like she's a good character, but we already have King Boo in there.
Yeah.
And a side note, I would like for them to make King Boo look like he actually does in the Luigi's Mansion games, rather than just a Boo with the crown.
Yep.
That's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
But if they did that, then I don't think they would need Helen Gravely. But other than that, like, I think that's it. Oh, I had Poochie, just kind of for fun.
Oh yeah,
from Yoshi.
That would work.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for mine.
I have 3 others on here worth mentioning, which are Cappy.
Yeah.
I actually had Cappy down as a co-captain. He would have been the co-captain to
Nice.
Pauline as the captain. I have Cappy down as technical. Also from Odyssey, I have Madame Brood. I don't know if they would bother adding the Broodals, but I kind of feel like you fought her multiple times. She has like the giant chain chomp. That actually might work for a really neat power type character.
Yeah, that could be like her baseball bat. She swings the giant chain chomp around. Oh man, that's a good idea.
That's a terrifying one too, but
yeah.
And then the last one, where did they go on my list? Oh, I had Spike because he was in Mario Tennis Aces, and I love the idea that he had with his special attack where he would spit out the giant rolled spike log and hit it. Yeah. And I'm like, I want that to be his bat. That's the only reason why I have him on here. I want him to use that for the bat.
That's cool. Nice. Yeah, cool. Well, now that we have our whole roster figured out, Tristan and I are going to take just a moment to compile everything together and get it all laid out. And then we are going to start drafting our teams one by one. So we're going to take just a second to do that. For you, it won't be any time at all, but we will be right back. Okay, we are back and we've got the whole roster figured out. So now Tristan and I are going to draft our teams out of, how many characters did we end up with? Like 80, 85 characters plus all of the color alts and everything, which that doesn't even count, which is a lot. So we're going to start drafting our baseball teams now. Tris, we'll go back and forth with this too. Yeah, what's your first character that you want to take? You can take any of mine either, just any out of this whole pool that we have now.
Well, now that we have some new team captains, we got to start with the team captain somewhere. That's the first character we got to pick.
Yeah,
and
right.
While normally, as Steve I'm sure, I tend to go Daisy for my team captain. Now that we have Rosalina on the table, I think I got to go Rosalina for my team captain.
That's a good call. That makes sense. Well, I got to go with Pauline. I brought her into this. I got to commit. Pauline's going to be my team captain. So got Rosalina and Pauline as the team captains.
All right. By the way, in case it's not obvious from the video, we literally have a document on the side that we're filling out here as we go.
Yeah, we're putting everything into it. That's why we had to take that second just to like put it all together.
Next up, let's see. We both have a technique type for our team captains. I see.
That's true.
That's fun. Looking through the list here of all of our characters. You know what? Before they're gone, I want to take a Shy Guy. I'm wearing my Shy Guy hat right now and everything. I need to.
Oh, fitting. Makes sense.
I'll just take the red Shy Guy.
Nice. Even though we're not picking this, do you have any idea where you would place the Shy Guy on the field?
Not yet. I never worry about like where I'm placing them on the field till after I got my team together. And then it's like, okay, who's good at what?
Yeah, I always start like thinking about it like, okay, who could make a good shortstop? And then I'm just like, no, I'm just picking my favorite characters. But no, we're thinking about like types and balance and everything here. Okay, so you're going with the red Shy Guy. I'm gonna go with I want a. Oh, by the way, we also decided that we're including our characters, our kind of leftover characters in this too. So anything that we mentioned earlier is included. And speaking of, I'm gonna take one of yours, Tris. Okay. I'm gonna go with Madame Brood, Madame Brutal.
Madame Brood.
Yes, I'm taking her. She and Pauline make a great team. I need a powerful character, and she is exactly it. She'll be my first at bat.
Perfect. No, you don't want it to be the fourth to bat, so you can hit that grand slam.
That's true. Oh, I'll put Madame Brood fourth at bat. She'll just use her chain chomp to just boom, grand slam. There we go.
Oh, that's perfect. I guess as a question here, are we going with Superstar Baseball rules or Sluggers rules in terms of the alt characters? As in, can you when a character has an alt, can you only take one of them, or can you make a team of all the alts?
Ooh.
Because that affects if we cross them off or not, is why I ask.
Oh, that's true. Let's just say you can take all or any of them.
Okay. Okay. So
as individual characters. So
okay. So
we'll just
I won't cross off the Shy Guy then, since I only took the red one. So okay. That answers that question. Okay. So for number 3 then, I'm actually gonna take one of yours, and that's Il Pantissimo.
Dang it! Oh no! I should have taken him while I had the chance.
I never thought to add him, and I'm disappointed in myself. And I absolutely, I love Il Pantissimo. He's so funny.
I'm sorry, Il. I let you Il Pantissimo. I let you down. Okay, you got. Okay, let's see. You've got technique, balance, and speed. I've got technique and power. I want to take another one of yours now.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. I should just do a team of all power. That's a terrible idea. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm gonna go with Glydon, my 3rd pick.
Okay.
I like the guy. I think I need someone fast. I'm going with Glydon.
Okay.
You better not take Baby Yoshi. I'm gonna be so mad.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I'm gonna take normal Yoshi, because I really like his. I've always liked his fielding.
That's fine. That's okay. Sure.
I'll take specifically the normal green Yoshi. I'm not gonna cross them out because there's multiple colors, but.
Yeah, I should take someone from
He's really good
the
fielding.
actual roster real quick. Otherwise, it'll just be like Glydon and Il Pantissimo, all these like random characters. So I'm gonna go with dang it, he's power. Okay, I'm not gonna go with the character who I was gonna go with. I'm gonna go for now with I'm gonna go with Tiny Kong, who's balanced. Because all the other balanced characters are so like typical. I gotta go with someone fun. Tiny Kong.
That is fair. That is fair. All right. Looking through again. You know what? She hasn't been taken yet. I'm gonna grab Daisy while I still can.
There you go.
Like I said, usually always my team captain, but if she can't be team captain this time, she'll at least be put on the team.
You can't beat Rosalina. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna. You know what? I like power. I'm gonna go with King Babam.
Okay.
I'm taking yours.
All right.
Or King Babam, whichever you specify.
Tomato.
King Babam. Exactly.
Ooh, let's see here. I think my next one's gonna be Blooper. I always try to grab him too in Sluggers.
Nice. Yeah.
I forgot what type he was when I went to add him. Technique. Okay.
Oh yeah. Let me cross off King Babam. All right.
Okay.
Oh shoot! I forgot about the other power character I was gonna add. Hopefully you don't take that character. But for now, I'm gonna go with Let's see. I should probably grab another technical character. I'm gonna go with Egad.
There you go.
My boy, Professor Egad. Oops, that's your list. Okay, so we're each at 7. Which, dang, we only have 2 characters left each. All right.
Well, 3, because we
have
3,
7, 8, including 7.
Yeah, including
Terrible
7.
math. You're not editing that out. You're not allowed to. Yes. Okay.
All right, let's see here. For my 7th character, I need a power character, so I'm gonna take PD Piranha.
Okay. All right.
While I still can.
I see you've got a lot of sunshine representation on your team. You've got Il Pantissimo and PD Piranha and sort of a Gooper blooper in Sunshine.
What can I say?
I'm gonna go.
I love Sunshine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going all in because I'm gonna be very mad at myself if I don't do this now. And if you take him, I'm going Funky Kong. Funky Kong, power.
There you go.
Powerhouse. I've got 3 powerful characters, so we'll see how that stacks up. But I had to do it. Just gotta do it. Winning the game's important, but you also gotta have style. So there you go.
It's the new funky mode in our game.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna take another one of my additions. which is Captain Toad.
Mm.
Need another power character, so I think that makes sense.
I find it so funny that we made Captain Toad a power character. He's like so small. That's great.
He can't
with the pickaxe. Yeah, no, definitely not. Okay, let's see. 2 characters left. Actually, 2 characters left. So I've got a lot of power. I've got 1 speed, so I'm gonna grab another speed.
Is this when you swoop in for your Yoshi Kid?
Yeah, but I gotta do it. I'm taking Yoshi Kid. Doesn't even have a name because you give them a name.
Well,
in the game,
he has the title he goes with, the Great Gonzalez Jr.
That's exactly, yeah, exactly. Great Gonzalez Jr. Where did I put him? There. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Oh, that's your list again. There we go. Got some more speed now.
Ooh, final character.
Last character.
Final character. So far, I have 2 techniques, 2 balance, 2 speed, and 2 power.
So it's a wild card. You can do whatever you want.
That's pretty balanced of a team, actually. So what am I going to do?
Do you have any balance?
Any balance left that I want to take? Let me see. I keep losing my place on this list because as we edit this document, it pushes everything down. So I'm like, wait, where am I looking again? Okay. You know what? Let's go Piranha Plant.
Nice.
That one.
So you've got PD and Piranha Plant.
Yep.
Okay, you've got the Piranha duo.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Why did I go? I'm wondering why I went with Tiny Kong now. Oh, that's right, because Tiny Kong was the most like interesting balanced character. That's right, because I don't want like Mario or Toad. As much as I love those characters, this is the one chance I get to have characters like Glydon or Uncle Amiibo in a Mario baseball game. Okay, last character. So I have 2 technical, 3 power and 2 speed, 1 balance. So I think I want some more speed.
Okay.
I'm going with. Oh no, never mind. I want to go with one of the ones that we added. Feed. Who's speed? Who's speed? Okay. I gotta go with Uncle Amiibo. I gotta do it. I forgot that I even put him down as speed. Why did I do that? I could just imagine like a little Roomba just like zooming across the baseball field.
I'm just curious how it bats. Does it like pull it up and out? Does it like open up and a little arm pops out holding the bat?
Oh, I'm thinking about like, I shouldn't say that'd be a spoiler, but it'd be like, well, he's got a little antenna.
That's true.
Got a little antenna. You can just whip that around. So there you go. Or he just like, or he like opens up and expands into like this huge like monster. That would be cool too.
I was just thinking like you see in cartoons where like a compartment opens and like this whole like mechanical hand comes out holding the bat.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would work out perfectly. Reveal a whole new side of Uncle Amiibo.
Listen, if Toadsworth can go 2 whole games where his little cane is now a giant cane for a baseball bat, I'm sure we can make we can make do with that.
Yep. And you know what? If none of this even happens, if there's one thing I want from a new Mario baseball game, I want to see Toadsworth come back. Speaking of, we haven't had any Toadsworth in so long besides Sunshine in 3D All-Stars. Let's bring Toadsworth back for sure.
He needs to
That'd be great. He needs to be back. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We'll have probably like a graphic of our teams here on the screen, which you can take a look at. Tris, though, do you have kind of any final overall thoughts on all of this as we wrap up?
Man, this just makes me really want the new Mario Baseball game. Like, it's been over 12 years since Super Sluggers, and Super Sluggers never even came out in Europe for people. So for people in Europe, it's been even longer. Wow. Yeah. So it's wild, and I think we proved today that there's so much that they can do to add, whether it's fun, wacky ideas that may not actually happen, like Uncle Amiibo and maybe Glydon and Poochie and Lubba, because I think they want to forget Lubba, and like there's a lot of fun.
Unless they bring back Galaxy 2, but I did go pretty wild with my characters, but it's fun.
But yeah, that's exactly what makes it fun. This series has before Mario Kart Tour, or if you don't want to count Mario Kart Tour, this has the most playable characters in any Mario game. The roster is very clearly one of the biggest points to this series, and it's really fun to talk on this.
Totally. It's so much fun, and people, you know, I love Mario Strikers as well, but people especially commend that for like the tone of that game and the kind of off the walls action and more almost like maturity of it. But like I feel like the Mario baseball games have this really fun personality as well that doesn't get called out as much. And I just think it's so much fun. Like Triss, you and I were talking about this right before the recording, but the opening cinematic for Mario Super Sluggers is such a blast. It shows like each of the characters like in their just kind of like doing their own thing and interacting with each other. It's really cool. So yeah, I mean, look, we don't know anything. There's nothing to lead us to believe that a Mario baseball game is coming anytime soon, unfortunately, but this was still very fun nonetheless. So Triss, thank you so much for doing this. This was a lot of fun.
This took a while to plan, but it was good.
It took a while to plan, but it was. I'm so excited. Well, that's another thing I didn't mention. I'm excited to watch this video just to hear the background music because the music of these games is so good too.
Absolutely.
Like the menu, even just the menu music, it's great. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and let us know down below which of our teams you think would win if they were put up against each other. And who knows, maybe if somehow all of these characters end up in the next Mario baseball game, then we'll actually be able to see how that unfolds. But for now, let us know down below, and stay tuned to Game Explained for more on Super Mario and plenty of other things gaming too. Check out the videos on the right for more content that you might be interested. And until next time, bye.